past week has been about saying not right now, admitting that I'm not a superwoman. I am, but I'm actually not. And realizing that changing direction doesn't necessarily mean that you've wasted time. And it's not even realizing it, it's just reminding other people, because I realized that a very long time ago. Also been about holding or standing true to my boundaries and a bit of humility around assumptions. I made some assumptions which are wrong, and also thinking about small comforts that have carried me through. There's something really powerful about knowing when to postpone a conversation, and also knowing when you need to take medication because you're not a superwoman. And yeah, so there's a few things that we're digging into for the past week. I'm Ramat Tajani. This is the Weekly Unfold, my space to really explore the asks, the failures, the reminders, the lessons, and some of the gratitude that have helped me navigate the last week that I have been growing through. Let's get into it. My ask this week was not to have a conversation. There's a topic that came up and could have easily just stirred up certain emotions, and I just wasn't in the frame of mind to do it. So instead of just pushing through, which sometimes I do, I decided I wasn't going to perform emotionally for anybody. I was just going to ask for us to postpone the conversation. And it was as simple as saying, can we talk about this another day? They were a bit taken aback, but ultimately they were fine. And I think there's something that I'm learning around the fact that when you have a boundary, you have to be the one to put the boundary in place. And that can surprise people, especially if you've always, if you've always naturally been available to answer questions or to do whatever it may be. However, if you've put the boundary in place, you're the one who has to do the acting on making sure that the boundary is kept to. Don't get me wrong, it's not an easy thing to do, but it is a necessary thing for me to do. And so yeah, I think it was not even a brave ask, but just a necessary ask. And I did it. This week's failure was thinking that I am superwoman. Well, I am. In some way, shape, or form, I am a superwoman. I do lots of amazing things. However, if you know me, then you may know that when it comes to pain relief, I tend to keep things natural as possible. I don't really like taking medicine. So it'll be herbal teas, it'll be drinking lots of water, it'll be resting, it'll be stretching my body, all the rest of it. But sometimes, my dear friends, you just need to take the meds. I just needed to take the meds. And so instead of prolonging the discomfort that I was in, trying to firm it and be okay and prove to myself, or prove something to myself, I don't even know what I was trying to prove to myself, I finally took the medicine. Thank God I did. I let it do its thing and it felt great. I recognize that I don't do it often, and so, all good. But I think there's also a maturity that comes with recognizing when your body needs additional support. Herbal teas are great, water is great, rest is also great, but yeah, I don't know who I was trying to prove a point to, but my body needed the medicine, and the medicine did what it needed to do, and I'm now feeling so much better as a result. So yeah, here's to not making everything a resilient competition against yourself. Take the medicine if you need to. Changing direction doesn't mean you've wasted time. When things don't work out, it's easy to think, oh, well, that was a waste of time. A majority of the time, though, I don't think it is a waste of time. Every detour, every wrong turn contributed to you building a resilience in yourself. It contributed to you having a particular perspective on life. Like, it contributed to teaching you a particular way. And honestly, even some of the good memories that you would have had through that time that you think is wasted, it still counts. I know that I didn't arrive to be in this version of Ramat Tijani by accident. It's because of all the things that I've had to navigate to get me here. And had I not taken some of those detours, some of those wrong turns, some of those routes that I did take, you wouldn't get this version of me here. You'd have a completely different version of me. You'd have a different nuanced version of me. Maybe that version would be better. I doubt it. But there's something about recognizing that you haven't wasted your time. And I had this conversation just today with someone who's just like, I just feel like I've wasted my whole time on this thing. I just wanted her to see that actually it wasn't a waste of time, not completely. There were lessons that she will have learned. There were also some great memories that she would have experienced in getting to this space during that time that felt wasted. So yeah, there's something about recognizing that some of the things that we've gone through that we perhaps look on in hindsight wish we hadn't, actually have created and led us to where we are now. Stop assuming what people need from you. I have a friend who is currently on paternity leave, and I left him a voice note and said to him that I had intentionally not been sharing the roller coaster of stuff happening in life because I didn't want to burden him. And he replied, and he said something that really kind of made me pause. He said, sometimes I want to be an adult again. Sometimes I need to hear the adult things that are happening in the world, Ramat. So please keep sharing. And I guess that felt a little humbling because I decided for him what he needed out of our relationship. I had almost edited myself on his behalf when he didn't ask me to. I don't know, there's something about me making that assumption and thinking that I was doing it out of kindness when that wasn't necessarily how he received it. So I don't know, it's almost like the assumption was masquerading as a as kindness, and that wasn't the case. So I'm going back to sharing with him, and I'm also committing to asking instead of just deciding on people's behalf. And it's not something that I do often, but I recognized that I had done it when I reached out to him, and I was like, oh, I hadn't reached out for a little while, but the reason was ABC. And he was really thankful for me sharing that perspective, because he was like, being on paternity leave, or any sort of leave, right? Medical leave, maternity leave, it can sometimes feel quite lonely, and you're not in the midst of things as you once were. And I hadn't thought of it like that. But when I was on medical leave last year, there was a sense of, oh, I really want to know what's going on in this space a little bit, just a little bit, because actually I needed a break from it all. But anyway, here's to not assuming what people need or want from you in a friendship, relationship, whatever it might be, and actually asking the question. My sofa. Listen, when I sink into my sofa, it's like I don't want to say it's a spiritual experience because it's not that deep, but it feels that deep, people. It's one of the best recent purchases that I've made. I think it's easy to forget how much comfort matters. That sofa and I, we are very, very good friends right now. Super grateful and thankful for that sofa. Yeah, it was a great choice. It was a fantastic choice. The sunshine, feeling a little bit grateful for the sun. As you can probably see in the reflection of my glasses, the sun is out. But also it's setting later, not much later, but it is setting a little later, and I'm starting to be like, oh, okay, cool. not so many dark nights. I recognize it more because I'm fasting, and each day it's a little later. But yeah, there's hope in that extended light. So here's to the sun continuing to set a little later until the clocks change again. Small rituals. I, in particular, am referring to here the 39 BC shower oils. I don't know what to tell you. They are so, so good. Now, for me, I start the morning with Denari, and when I tell you, I leave my shower feeling like an expensive babe. I'm like, I'm ready for the world. I'm ready for everyone and anyone to tell me whatever it is they want to say, but I know what I want to do and what I want to say. It smells divine. I love it. And then when I get home in the evening and I'm having a shower, I use the sage water scent, and it's so calming. It's so, I was going to say sensual, but that's not the word. It's just calming, and it feels like I'm literally washing the day off, and it puts me in the best mood. And I think it's actually one of the things that's helped me get better sleep in the last couple of weeks. So yeah, the small rituals of showering with these shower oils, delightful. And Sharmadean Reed, who's one of the co-founders of 39BC, amazing. I've been following her. I know her quite well. She's been great. So I've known her for a little while. And anything she does, she's going to do it superbly well. But even so, I was still like so pleasantly surprised by how indulgent these shower oils feel and how I feel after using them. I tell everyone about them. I'm like, guys and girls, this is the oils you need. So yeah, at the moment, Denari, sage water, they're my friends. They're my friends. I love it. Love it for me. Don't know about everyone else, but I absolutely love it for me. Anywho, we are stepping into week 9 of 52, and I'm taking a little bit of like a break at the end of the week. So it's going to be like a slightly longer weekend, which is great. And I think that just comes with, I guess, that ultimate responsibility of trying to make sure that you prep so that it doesn't feel like everything just falls down because you're not around or you're not available. So I think a lot of the start of this week is going to be about prepping, make sure things are still ticking over, certain systems are in place, any loose ends are either tied in a nice bow or they're at least in the process of being tied in a nice bow. I think there's something quite powerful about being able to step away with confidence and not have everything collapse. So yeah, I'm just looking forward to putting that prep in at the beginning of the week, and then at the end of the week enjoying an extended weekend. So yeah, that's that. Thank you as always for watching. Appreciate you. This is one of my favourite times of the week, so glad you're here. As always, stay out of trouble, unless it's good trouble, in which case, go wild. And until next week, I'll see you soon. Bye!